Oh God! You know what, guys? It's like, oh, there's. Do you think when Disney execs go to cast somebody, they don't quite realize how bad that decision could come back and haunt them? So there's been lots of stuff about Rachel Zegler and Disney and the Snow White. Lots of stuff. This girl has not stopped going on about the Snow White for since it happened. So you've got Snow White, which is the first first animated movie of all time ever, and it put Disney on the map. If it weren't for that film, Disney wouldn't be what it is. Disney gambled big doing this one film. It paid off, and it's made huge amounts of money for Disney, and it still makes money for Disney now, the original. And then you have Rachel Zegler, who, in all interviews for the Disney Snow White, hasn't been exactly full of praise, shall we say. She's been heard to say that the prince stalks her, that she was scared of the Disney ride. She was not interested in the film. She didn't like it. She's not said, I don't think she said anything positive at all in any way about the Snow White movie that came before. And she said it was outdated, and very evidently so. You know, it's just that's the kind of person you don't need promoting your company or your product. She comes across as completely out of touch. She seems to hate almost everything. And originally we heard that the budget was like 250, and then she started doing interviews and that sort of thing, and then then it came out about the 7 special character dwarves, 7 magical people. So then Disney got huge amounts of backlash over that, and rather than finally going, you know what, actually we will employ dwarf actors to take on this role because it'd be fantastic for them, they actually spent like 3 times the money and created CGI dwarfs, which look horrific. The CGI on the dwarfs looks so bad, unless that's like an early preview and it's better when it comes out, I don't know, but it's not particularly good. Then you have all the problems with Gal Gadot and Rachel Zegler. So before the film was coming out, Gal Gadot was going to, and Rachel Zegler were meant to go around. They were meant to do lots of interviews to promote the film. They got paid from that. And Gal Gadot's gone, you know what? I can, for what's happening with Rachel Zegler, she is destroying her own career. I'm going to take a huge step away from this and let her sink her own ship. I'm not going down with this one. So that's cost Rachel Zegler something like $3 million in interviews that she would have made. There's constant infighting between Rachel Zegler and Gal Gadot. It's just like it never ends on this film, and it hasn't even come out. It's not coming out until 2025, I think March 2025. And we were told that the budget was 300 million, but then they've had to do all the reshoots and then add on all the CGI money, and they haven't even got to the aspect of the advertising for it, which, I mean, to be honest, at this point I think Disney should just scrap the entire thing and try and get a tax rebate on it, because honestly, when this comes out in the movies, I do not think it's going to do very well. If it hits 400,000, I'll be very impressed. It may hit 500,000. A Little Mermaid got to around 500,000-ish, I think, and that had a lot of backlash. I will say Halle Bailey seems like an incredibly lovely person. I've seen some of her interviews, and she is very respectful, extremely polite, very nice. She seems like she's a very caring person. She seems like an extremely nice person. And I hope nothing but best for her in her career. I really do, because I think she's got potential to be an amazing star for Hollywood. Rachel Zegler, on the hand, me and a lot of other people can't relate to her, don't want to relate to her, and don't really like her because of how her attitude is. She said that if she was going to stand in a dress for 18 hours a day, she wants to be paid for every hour she's in the dress. You know, she's getting paid more than some of the actors that she was protesting with would make in their entire life. And so I thought that's a bit of a unpleasant thing to say, personally. She said the prince was stalking her in the original film, and that's a fairly heavy thing. That's a serious accusation to say. So I wasn't very overly pleased with that. I mean, the guy that plays the prince in Snow White, he hasn't said anything. He's really professional. But yeah, so now we get this. The budget for the Disney live-action Snow White star Rachel Zegler reportedly exploded to over $500 million. Over $500 million. Damn. $500 million. So if it's over let's say it's $500 million, then it would have to make over $1 billion before Disney makes any profits. So let's say it's $500 million plus $100 million for advertising. That's $600 million. So because of the way it works when the film comes out, the movies, basically Disney make whatever it makes at the cinemas, Disney gets like half of that money. So if it made $500 million, Disney will get $250 million. So if it's 500 million plus 100 million for advertising, that's 600 million that they're going to put into this film. They'd have to make over 1.2 billion before making any profit. And this is saying it's over $500 million. This is insane amounts of money. This is more than what the Indiana Jones Dial of Destiny cost. And that was, at the time, the most expensive film Disney had put into. And that bombed. I think that did around 500 million. And that lost something like 200, 300 million. This is standing to lose even more. The budget for the Walt Disney Company's live-action Snow White film starring Rachel Zegler and Gal Gadot is rumoured to have exploded to over $500 million. My God. In a recent video upload, of which the author appeared WDW Pro shared, I am told there have been 3 reshoots of this film and Disney is now still working to fix the thing. He added, and in particular there are 2 areas that Disney is working to resolve before it releases in March, which is just a few months away. Well, I was right, it was March. From there, WDW Pro shared 2 of the major problems that Disney is attempting to fix. First, he noted that the dwarfs have been roundly mocked, and they have been mocked at the level of the original Sonic the Hedgehog model in that film. Of course, Sega and Paramount went back to rework and redid the entire model, redid the entire film to make the character look like it does in the video games. And it paid off. It really paid off them to do that. With this one, they're not going to have that much time to do everything that needs to be done, and they have seen 7 models that need to be adjusted. That's a lot of work. And the other thing is apparently that they're going to try and adjust the colour palette, the atmospherics of the movie to make it brighter and more light-hearted and make it more child-friendly. It was deemed a little too dark, he added. And that does look very dark. I mean, how hard is it to just replicate a cartoon into real life? I don't think it's that hard. Aladdin did really well. There's a number of others that did really well. Beauty and the Beast was really good. I don't think, no matter what Disney does, I do not think they are going to have a chance at making back the money. It wouldn't surprise me if they lost anywhere between 200 to 400 million on this film. It really wouldn't. With all the stuff that Rachel Zegler's said and done, this film's doomed to fail. So yeah, it is not good.